So this is a story that I realized that I definitely had some issues with my social skills, the inability to meet new people, to talk to new people, and just to get myself out there. So there is a positive to this story. And at the end of the video, I'm going to talk about, what did I learn from that experience? How did that experience shape me? And how can you apply it to your life? Man, looking back at it, I'm like, man, I can't believe I was that person. So I don't have video, or do I have video about this? But I'll definitely post some pictures, during this presentation. But I don't think I have videos. But presentations will do for now. So the date is Thursday, August 24th, 2017. I booked myself an Airbnb in Santa Monica. That was my vacation. So it was a long vacation from Thursday to Sunday. And me being really a nerd, I signed up for this tech meetup on that Saturday. And I was really excited. So this was my first time going to Santa Monica. Didn't really know what to expect. I saw the pictures. There was a lot of beaches. There was the Venice Beach. I was very under budget, making sure that I didn't spend that much money. But I was excited for this trip. I really wanted to go to Santa Monica just for the beach. Get myself out there, enjoy the sun, the sand, the water, and super excited. So when I landed there on that Thursday, I was like, yeah, let's go. Went to my Airbnb, got my stuff there, and boom, I went to the beach straight on. Days later, Saturday came along, and the meetup was around in the afternoon. So in the morning, I spent time in the beach, just enjoying, having some nice time. Then I decided to go back to the Airbnb, making sure I take a shower, making sure I change. I was ready for this, excited for this meetup. And this meetup was a tech meetup. I think it was the 6th anniversary of this organization. So I was like, okay, cool. So on that day, I got ready, changed my clothes. From my Airbnb to that meetup was about like a 30-minute walk. So I decided, hey, why not just walk, not take an Uber? So I decided to walk, pass through neighborhoods, pass through stores, and it was really fun just to see what it's out there. So the meetup location was at a house, and it was a happy hour house party. So I get there, and I immediately can hear the music. I can hear the music, bouncing, boom, and I knew that was the meetup. And there was a sign on the fence that said, "Hey, the meetup is here. Enter here." So me being me, I decided, okay, cool. I don't know why I did this, but I initially just walked, and just to get an observation of like, hey, what's in there? So I don't know why I did this, but I initially just walked and past the front entrance, and it was a fence, and in that fence there was an area where you can go inside. But for me, I just immediately just walked straight past it. But I was leaning towards hey, who's there? Then walked for about a few seconds, and there was that bus stop right there. And at that bus stop, I decided, hey, let me sit here in this bus. I was not gonna take the bus. I don't know why I chose to sit at that bus stop, but I could hear the music playing, and I could see in the corner of my eye, people going into the entrance. And me being really, new to the area, I was like, okay, this is really cool. Okay. I started to think really deeply. I started to really think about it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, what is my plan? I'm just going to do this. I'm going to go in, talk to people, make, conversation. So in my head, I was, having all these thoughts just roaming around my head. And something happened to my body where I just froze. I had this feeling in my arms. My hands were starting to get sweaty. And as I was looking at my hands, I started to see it shake. So I look in the corner of my eyes, I could still see people going in, but I had this urge to just be there. I didn't want to move. My body was just frozen. So I decided it again, just to sit there, look at my phone, just casually, waiting for the bus, even though I wasn't waiting for the bus. So just waiting, using my phone. Okay. And just doing this frequently, just looking at my phone, looking at the people going in, And again, so let's step back. So I'm in, Santa Monica. This meetup was it was in LA, so it was a 30-minute walk, new environment, it was just me, no one else. And, I had my, my stuff in my pockets, my phone, my wallet. That's all I took. I was in a new environment, and I just stood there in the bus stop, just waiting. I was just looking at who was going in, and at that moment, I was like, okay, let me just, get back up and do one more time. Let's do another check. So I walk, and, I do this just casually walking, but at the same time looking to see what's going on as if I was like a bystander. So boom, then I decide, let me go back to the bus stop. So I turn around, and again I looked, and as I look, I can see people there talking. I can see groups of people my age, just drinking, eating food, having a good time with music. And I walked past it again, and I stopped at that bus stop. And at that bus stop, I told myself, okay, so there's people there. My new people. I'm gonna meet new people. Gonna meet new people. I kept on saying that in my head, and I froze. I was very scared to go inside. I was scared to fail. I would say, looking back at it, I think one of the reasons why I didn't go in was because I thought to myself, what if they don't, what if I get made fun of? What if I get made fun of? What if the things that I say, come across weird, and, no one wants to talk to me, and I'm that person in the corner just sitting there. And again, I'm at the bus stop, just sitting there, just casually waiting. And there were people there, and there were like one or two people there waiting for the bus, and there was just me, just hey. And I would say about like 20 minutes went by, and I'm still there in the bus stop, and I decided to tell myself, maybe, I'll do this next time. This is not, I don't feel that good. I just don't feel it. Next time this happens, I'll do it again. So I justified why I shouldn't go. And because of that, I was like, okay, I'm not going to go anymore. So I decided, okay, so I'm not going to go. Let me just walk past it one more time, even though I'm not going to go inside. And as I look one more time, the last time, I can see people having fun. And part of me was, a part of me was happy that I didn't go in. And a part of me was like, man, why didn't you go in? Why are you scared? Why are you fearful? And this fear really just overcame my actions, and I decided not to go. And as I walked, I went straight back to my Airbnb, passed through the neighborhoods, through the stores, and I told myself, next time. I'll just do it next time. Not a big deal. There'll be other opportunities. That was the justification that I talked myself into. And that's the story, how I signed up for this tech meetup in LA, and I walked past through the entrance, stood at a stop sign for about half an hour, and just contemplated going inside. But eventually I didn't go inside, and I went back to my Airbnb and told myself, hey, maybe next time. Okay, so what did I learn from that experience? Initially, I just blew it off. The next day I was like, oh yeah, it happened. There'll be other opportunities. But at the moment that it happened, I really didn't self-reflect. I didn't, ask myself, why didn't I go inside? So that was one of the things at the moment that I didn't do, was to self-reflect. Now looking back years later in 2020, I'm like, man, I definitely learned a lot of things from that. So one of the things that I learned from that was I had an issue with just, meeting new people. So meeting new people was definitely a problem for me. I was scared, I was fearful. I didn't have the courage to go and talk to people. And then that's why I left and didn't go to that meetup. So one of the things that I did learn about myself was I did have a serious problem with. This wasn't like a one-off thing. After this experience, I did have other moments where I did the same thing. I blew off things just because, it was me getting to meet new people. So this was a sign, but there were other signs before that. So that's one of the things I learned, that, hey, I should have self-reflect at that moment. I shouldn't have waited. I shouldn't have told myself, yeah, there'll be other opportunities. So I didn't self-reflect. Okay, so this is going to sound weird, but I'm glad that experience happened. The reason why is because now I understand what people go through. I understand more of people who have shyness issues. I understand more people who have the difficulty to meet new people, to get their self out there. So that experience has really, gave me that understanding of, what does it feel like to be in that situation. And last thing I should have done was, when I was at that bus stop, I should have just let go of the outcome. In my head, I was thinking of these possible situations, possible hypothetical outcomes. Oh, maybe they don't like me, or maybe I won't make enough friends, or maybe the conversation won't go as I planned. I had so many outcomes in my mind that I should have just let it go. Let go of these outcomes. Let go. The most important thing I should worry about is just having fun. I should have just went inside and just have fun, regardless of the outcome, whether or not I make new friends or not. I should have just went inside and be like, hey, how's it going? Oh my God, you're from Georgia too? You're from Atlanta too? I should have went inside with the mindset of having fun, letting go of outcomes, and, opening myself to new opportunities. Thank you guys for, listening to this story. I definitely want to hear from you guys. What have you guys experienced? What has really shaped who you are? Post them in the comments. I definitely want to hear from them. And guys, if you want more content related to this, just let me know. Hit a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.